There we go. Hello, everyone,
Oh,
and welcome to Lemonade Magazine Podcast. I haven't said that in a while, but we are very, very excited because we have a new co-host on the show, and it is the one and only. She's been on the show many times, by the way, but the one and only Patricia Patrón from KOPPS.
hi.
How's it going, Patricia?
Hello. It's going. I'm here in Rochester, New York.
Mhm.
It's been snowing for days. It's
No!
like dark at 3 p.m.
Oh no!
I'm feeling hopeless, but this podcast right now is giving me
Energy.
life. So,
Yes.
energy, life, this is what I need. So excited to be here.
We were talking about it before the show started. You're taking hate out of your life.
I'm taking hate out of my heart in
Yes, out of your heart.
2025 and
Yes.
2026. There's
Love it.
no room
Exactly. Love it.
for a petty bitch. There is no room for hate in my heart in 2025 and 2026. I'm changing, I'm evolving. And
Is
I
Cops
think
going to become like the polyphonic spree, sort of? Or
um
you don't know that reference, do you?
I don't know this reference. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. Wait, yeah, I forget you're probably much younger than me, and that's
Yes.
fair.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Definitely. I am.
Yes. Thanks for drilling that home, by the way. But polyphonic spree, look it up though. That was
Mm,
scary for us millennials. We were,
mm.
it was also supposed to be like lighthearted and fun, but also like our nightmares.
I'm a
Shout.
millennial, just so you know.
Oh, you are a
Still
millennial.
don't know this. Yeah, we're
Okay.
not gonna we're not gonna talk about how much of a millennial I am, but we're gonna just let you know that I am a millennial.
Okay. Well, so maybe you should know about polyphonic spree then. No, I'm kidding.
I
Um,
should know. I should know
they
what is going on.
they were yeah, they dressed in like it's like a cult sort of thing. They dressed in cloaks and they
Okay.
sang like these really like upbeat songs, but they were a little bit too upbeat, like almost to the point
How
where
do
you go.
I not know this? I'm so
Uh,
into cults. Like, okay, wait.
I mean, they weren't an official cult, but they
If they
were.
were cult like, I should know. So can
Yeah,
you sing me a clip, a
I can't.
little snippet,
What
a
was there?
little
We were talking about this too before the show, which is like we can't play certain. We can
we
only play clips
can't.
we're approved.
No, sing
Um,
it. I need you
I
to
gotta
sing
remember
it.
what the song because the only song that keeps coming to my head is not their song, and for some reason, you know how when that happens, where you're like, okay, I'm thinking of a song, and
Oh,
it
it's
just is a different
okay.
band.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like
I didn't mean to put you on the spot here.
no, it's
I'm really
okay.
bad with this, so you feel free to get me back.
No, you're fine. The Light and Day was their number one song on Spotify, and it still has over 4 million listens, and they have 92.7 thousand monthly listeners, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Night and day. Okay, I'll check it out.
I
I
all I
wish
can
I
think of is the song by I believe it's by Do You Realize, which is by oh my God, now I can't think of their damn name.
do
Flaming Lips.
you realize?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Flaming
Yeah.
Lips.
Yeah.
First show in a while, the brain just has to kick in. So Patricia, so you're the new co-host. We're gonna try to do this at least. We're starting out with at least monthly shows. For
Mm.
anybody who's listening, who knows what the future holds, but for right now, that's what we're going with. And what have you been up to since? I feel like the last time I talked to you was probably 2023 sometime.
Oh my
Um,
God.
that feels like ages ago.
What have I been up to since 2023?
2023.
Well, I'm just gonna lay it all out
Okay.
here. I'm
Yes.
gonna get super vulnerable for this
Yes.
podcast right now
Okay.
because this is another thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be more vulnerable
Yeah.
in the last 2 months of 2025
Great.
because this could still be my year. Like it really could. So
Yeah.
since 2023, we have toured a bunch. Again, my band is KOPPS. I am the singer of KOPPS, writer. It's really more of a solo project, but our live show is super dynamic and important. So I have musicians that play with me live always. And yeah, so we have toured a bunch. I have been working on new music, although our touring schedule really sort of like impeded me from recording as much as I would have liked to during this period. So now I'm like really refocusing and pivoting and locked in on new music, and my agent is really on the same page with like, okay, we're not going to play as much right now because I'm really focusing on writing and creating right now. And I've had a lot of life experience since 2023 to be able to inject into this. So I am very excited about everything. I left a very long relationship during this time. I am, for all intents and purposes, which I have a little bit of like imposter syndrome around this, but I am also, I guess, like you could say, I'm an entrepreneur. I spent most of my 20s like engaged in doing music, but also really engaged in like my education and building a business, which is basically now at this point, I'm the founder of this business and it's kind of like taken on a life of its own. So that kind of always like split my time, I guess, though I'm a little bit of a psycho workaholic. So I have been able to balance both things. Like when I was signed to a label, I was still doing this in the background. And I think I don't talk about that enough, but now at this point, I am really just in a position where I'm refocusing on art fully, which is awesome. And
Nice.
yeah, I left a long relationship. There were big like changes in the structure of my professional life, and also like during the pandemic there were changes in my music life. Like I said, I was signed to Hollywood Records. I no longer am. I'm an independent artist at this point. Um, and exploring like new members of our team right now, so that's exciting also. And yeah, for my final trick, I might also be relocating soon.
Oh,
So there is a lot on the table right now. I'm kind of like burning it all down and building it all back up again, which is something that I've done maybe like one other time majorly in my life, and I'm excited to do it again because what's easy isn't fun for me. So
yeah, fair
let's
enough.
go. Let's fucking go.
Absolutely. Um, where are you thinking of relocating, or do you not know yet?
I'm just gonna keep that under wraps for now, but
Okay,
it's a
fair enough.
much bigger city than I'm in right now. So perhaps on the subsequent shows, I will
You're headed to
reveal.
Buffalo. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm heading to Fargo, actually. No, we played Fargo for the first time.
No way, really.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you guys in Seattle, but you have been to Fargo. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
I loved
Yeah,
playing Seattle. I
yeah.
would love to play Seattle again in all seriousness, but I did
Yes.
for the first time play Fargo, North
That's
Dakota,
actually pretty awesome. It really is.
a couple months ago.
Oh
It was
wow.
pretty interesting. The
How
food,
was
the food was actually really good. It was one of
okay.
our best on tour meals. We went to like this German leaning place, so we got like these giant beer pretzels. It was
Oh,
pretty memorable from a tour meal experience.
awesome.
Yeah, it was good. So
And what was the reception? Because Fargo, we've all seen. Well, I mean, at least I've seen the movie, and I've seen the. I love the show. I'm a huge fan of the show and the movie. Um,
I think they loved it. There wasn't like murder and intrigue like I expected, but I think they loved it.
and would you say that the it's accurate to the movie?
I would say the overall overarching like mood of Fargo is pretty accurate to the movie. I would say they got it right. Although I wasn't there like in the dead of winter, which
Right.
is sort of similar to the place that I'm in right now, Rochester. There are definitely some parallels with the Fargo winter
I was gonna say
zone.
Rochester gets. Yeah, you just mentioned snow, and Rochester is like an ice box. It seems like at least that's how we see it as the rest of the country.
Yes,
We're
it's
like
horrifying. It's a horrifying experience being here in the winter, which is why, this weekend I will be heading to Philly, and then I will be heading to New York City and leaving here as soon as humanly possible. So,
When you know that it's bad weather-wise when you're going to Philly to escape it.
yeah, like believe it or not, Philly and New York are still a little better than here. Yes. So, yeah.
It's okay. I think I talked about this maybe even on the show before, but Seattle is like us, like Washingtonians. We love to be like, oh, the Californians. Even though I love California, that's
Mm.
no surprise for anybody who's listening to this. But we like to be like, oh, the Californians, they can't take cold weather, and like literally it dips below like 55 here, and we're like,
Mhm.
oh God, please.
And that I have to tell you, man, that's like a dream. 55 after you've been in temperatures that can reach sub-zero
Yeah,
for a few months, you're like 55. It's like a spring day out here. It's like a breath of fresh air. So yeah, I will be going anywhere that I can that's a little bit less intense because I personally, as a human, I my ethnicities, I guess, are like Mediterranean,
yep.
Middle Eastern, and I just really feel in my heart that I wasn't meant to
For the cold,
live. I
right here.
wasn't meant to
Same.
live in these conditions.
Same. No, I mean, same. Everybody's like, you've lived in Washington your whole. Now, mind you, again, I just told you how we don't have that cold of weather, but we do
Mhm.
get like 1 week in the year where it's like just like horribly cold, and there's like some northeaster comes down and gets us. But I always am like people are like, how can you be so anti cold weather if you've lived here your whole life? And I'm like, I feel like my background is like, there's Portuguese, there's Spanish, there's
Mhm.
French, mind you, is a little bit, I think, the northern part of France, but still, I'm just gonna go with all of those being close enough to warm weather that I'm
Exactly.
just not. My dad literally was like his family. Well, he wasn't born there, but my dad's family was like born in Hawaii, and so it's like, yeah, this is just it's too cold.
It is. It's too
Yep.
cold for us. We're just
Yep.
not biologically built for this. And also, as like I don't know if you're this kind of person. I'm kind of like a hopeless optimist. I can
Yep.
be that way. It's
Yep.
hard
Same.
for me to like fully lose hope.
Yeah.
So I'm always like as a hopeful person. Yeah, I'm sort of in the camp of like maybe this will get better, but it kind of doesn't. So then I'm like, okay, maybe this will get better if I just go somewhere else, and then it does.
Yeah. No, I get it. Totally. I've been for years. I've been like, oh my God, Southern California. That's where I want. Yeah, I love being down there. I
Yeah.
think it's literally family up here, and my girlfriend obviously up here,
Hmm.
and otherwise it's like, yeah, I'm like California, warm
Yeah.
and beautiful. People who like to like bad talk California, it's actually California is gorgeous.
It's kind
Love.
of crazy. My brother is out there.
Yep.
I haven't been in a while, but it is one of my favorite places in the
Yep.
States, having now been to almost all the states. I
Yep.
still just like California is in my probably top 5 states, way up there. And it's just like, I mean, it's a big state, so it's diverse. There's like
Oh
a
yeah.
lot you could see, just like so many different kinds of landscapes there and get different weather even too, which is really
Yep.
cool. So yeah, I think it's hard for me to hear people talk shit about California because
Yep.
it's an amazing place. I was
Oh yeah.
and you knew I was probably going to talk about this, but I'm also struggling mentally, physically, and emotionally because I just got back from Madrid and
Yeah.
Barcelona and Mallorca, which are
Nice.
all in Spain for literally a month. And tying this back to California, we were driving like through more desolate parts of Spain, and I was like, this literally looks
Like
like
California.
the desert outside of LA.
Oh,
It's very
absolutely.
similar.
And
So
by the way, I love, and that's the thing too, is like I love like the desert out that like that those areas outside of LA because there's like
yeah.
they have those God, I remember I think it's actually like an oleander, but it's those pink flowers that grow like in the middle of the freeway.
Those are
And
poisonous,
oh yeah,
deadly.
absolutely,
Mm.
yeah. And but I love like it's always so cool, and you start to see those in the middle of the desert, and it's like this like just like pink explosion in the middle of like the desert area of California,
Yeah.
and beautiful like canyons, of course, you get into LA, and then if you're there at the right time of year, I was there back in May and June this year, and like the jacarandas are just, oh my God, beautiful.
Yeah, it's
And
incredible.
it's such a it's really just, yeah, it's so beautiful. But we drove one time from Anaheim up to where I live, so up in Bellingham and Washington, and we literally, you're talking about the difference in like the climate, whatever. We literally
Mhm.
left Anaheim in like probably like 70 to 80 degree weather, and then in the same day we got to the border, Northern California and Oregon, and it was a huge snowstorm in the mountains. So like that's how crazy. I realize that it's a gigantic. That's how gigantic the state is. It literally can
Yeah.
go from like this beautiful. It was middle of December,
Mhm.
beautiful, almost 80 degree weather, and then up to a snowstorm in the same day. And yeah, it was
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah.
And if you want a little bit of everything, I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
great place to be. Although the natural disaster frequency is getting out of control because
yes.
of the planetary changes, whatever, that's the thing that I think is tough for people that maybe want to move there or really seriously considering it is like
When
thinking
you
about
grow up
those
in
things.
fire country, which anybody on the West Coast, we're very used to that.
Hmm.
Yeah, you have this year is pretty good. You have that 1 or 2 months, sometimes more, where you like are like, oh yeah, I'm breathing in smoke all day, sweet.
Yeah, I've
Um,
experienced that. I
yeah,
was there once for a pretty bad one,
yeah,
maybe like 2 years ago, and I was like, it was my first time getting up and going out to drive, and there was like ash all over the rental car that I had, and I was like, holy shit, this is like, this really
yeah.
reminds us how small and insignificant we are
Oh
when
yeah,
like
absolutely.
I was like feeling very existential breathing in these noxious smoke fumes. I was like, wow, I'm just a tiny little ant of a nothing, and this world is big and can swallow me whole.
I remember back during the COVID year, we were like the escape was to go outside where we didn't have to wear a mask as much or whatever if it was like a not so populated area. And it hit us that year as one of the worst smoke years we had up here. And we literally like couldn't even go for a jog or walk out in the outside in the summer. It was,
Mm.
warm weather too, because it was just absolutely just smoke had infiltrated every bit of the state or of the western part of the state. It was crazy.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah.
crazy. I don't know. I can optimistically say I hope that it doesn't get worse, but it appears to be getting worse. So,
Yeah,
um,
we get some better years, but then yeah, we know on a whole it's still, sorry
mm,
everybody, by the way, my microphone keeps falling down. I'm trying to like keep it up right now. It's a new studio. And also this is the background for my sports podcast, so we're gonna hopefully get a better background for the Lemonade podcast as well. But
yeah,
um
and if everyone can see my background, this is a sign of my dog, which is really important
his
for
I
everybody
love
to
it.
know about.
Like I mentioned, I
This is what
absolutely
he looks
love yours.
like.
You showed
His
me
name is Richard.
he was on the video earlier, and
He
but
was.
he doesn't get to be
He
part of the
was.
podcast.
He's a little raggedy right now, so
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna show him because he's mad that I'm doing this right now. First of all, this is not the room that he prefers to be in.
Right.
And also he just like really needs a bath. So maybe we'll make his debut next time.
Well, we'd love to see it. He's definitely always invited on the show. So,
Good, because I can't be on the show if he's not,
oh,
because
God, absolutely. We absolutely
I that he's my dog and my dog. You know what I
love
mean?
it. I feel like he's the first, like from a regular now co-host, he's the first dog that has been on because usually I think everybody else had cats. I know that like Kara, who's on the
Mm.
show several times, she doesn't have they don't have any pets. But Ashley, the last co-host, she had a cat, and I grew up a dog person. I love dogs, so I'm stoked that we have a dog on the podcast now.
I'm
Um,
a friend to all of the animals. I grew up with
yes.
cats. However, I can't deny I swing more dog than cat because I am slightly allergic to cats. So,
Okay, gotcha.
unfortunately, the discomfort sways me.
I understand that.
Dogs.
I mean, it's easier to get dogs that are hyperallergenic too if you're allergic to dogs.
He definitely is. He
Yeah.
is 100% hypoallergenic. No, I'm
Um,
kidding.
So we're as crazy because the year has gone by extremely fast. We're here in now November 11th and 11/11. Make a wish, everybody. And here we are in yeah, in November, and we just got done with Halloween. We're headed for the holidays. I noticed in our notes you put I did nothing, which is, by the way, exactly what happened with me too.
Yeah,
But
I did nothing. I
are
could tell
you
you about
though?
that.
Halloween though has become this thing, almost like I feel like more so that since this generation has been around, that I feel like it's now a bigger thing than it ever has been. Do you consider yourself
I love
amongst
it.
yours? Yeah, you do. Okay. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, because you like
I
dressing up and
fuck
stuff,
I fuck with Halloween so hard.
and you love throwing
Usually,
parties, if I
I
recall
love
right.
throwing
Yeah.
parties. Yes, how did you ever remember that?
I
I
don't
do.
forget
I love
anything,
throwing
Patricia.
parties.
Yeah.
But you're a talented guy. So I love throwing parties. I love being a character. Sometimes I feel like I'm a character in my own life.
I
But
feel you
like
there. Feel you there.
but like I really love Halloween. So because I was in Spain and like engulfed
Yes.
in that experience, I really I had friends that were like, "What are we doing for Halloween?" I was like, "I
Right.
can't talk about this right now. I can't talk about this. Ask again later." I'm like an 8 ball. Ask again later
Yeah.
because I can't think about this right
The
now.
the answer is
I
clouded.
am I am Hispana incommunicato. I can't think about Halloween. Um, but yeah, I didn't do anything because of that. Like I got home and was just like, wow, I need to just like be in my bed for an extended period
Yep.
because also Spaniards do not fuck around with like partying. The party culture there is you can't even compare it to
Is
the
there any siesta time
US.
still though, or are they done away with siesta time?
I think that there's still siesta time
Oh,
happening.
okay.
I do.
Yeah. Nice.
Although the people that I was like hanging out with there had like, regular 9 to 5
Okay.
jobs. There was, I mean, people party until 7 a.m. there. So it's pretty like
Holy moly.
all encompassing.
Seattle
Yes.
shuts down at like 2 or 3 in the morning on a long night.
Where I'm from, it's too hard cut off to 2 o'clock. And really,
Oh,
they're
okay.
just like, they're not even going out to a bar yet at that time. They're just like still pre-gaming at that
Oh
time.
my God.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Those of us who are like we don't leave the house if we're still in the house after 9 o'clock, we would be absolutely like they'd just be like lamers
Yeah, it can be scary for an American to
yeah,
really engulf yourself in that.
in that culture.
Yeah, and like if you want to get even scarier, add like an international situationship to the mix, and
Whoa.
you are like,
Wait. Are we talking about a situationship potentially that a certain co-host was involved in?
uh, it's possible.
Oh, okay,
It's
possible.
possible.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
totally up to you how much you want to divulge.
it's possible.
I'm not gonna Barbara Walters you here.
I will say, Halloween is a scary holiday. If you want an intense mix of pleasure and also some pain, yeah, having a situationship around Halloween really fits right into that theme.
The 50 Shades of Grey, or what?
I'm just gonna say, I had a lot of fun, and now I'm praying. I'm praying.
Oh my God, I love it. And I have always wanted to go visit, by the way. I've always wanted to go visit Portugal, Spain. What would you say besides the partying and everything? What was your favorite spot? Like what is a city that you go, "Oh my God, I need to go back there."
Okay, so it's crazy because I am not a super urban girly. I'm like a water girl.
Sure.
I'm
Feel you there.
I'm a Pisces. I'm a
I
Pisces
was gonna say
sun.
you gotta.
I'm a
I don't even
Pisces
know
moon.
this stuff, but I'm like, well,
Yeah,
next
for
is gonna
all
be the
my
astrology sign.
Delulu girls out there,
Yeah.
I'm a Pisces
Okay.
sun and moon. So I'm just
Whoa.
like I need to be near water, and I'm a Capricorn rising, which is like a walking contradiction.
Can you guess what I
It,
am? This
Maybe
is
a little Aries energy.
Aries energy. Okay, interesting.
Or Sag, maybe?
Interesting. I don't know where those fall in like the whole thing, but it's
I don't
neither of those.
I can say what you're not. I don't think you're a Libra. I don't think that you're a Leo.
Okay. I'm a Leo.
Oh my God. Okay. Well,
But
maybe
here's
I
the
just
thing though.
don't.
Here's the thing, right? And this has been a thing because I've talked about with Kara. I know you don't know her personally, but she's everybody who's watched the show know who Kara is. And I talked about with Ashley, the last co-host, and then my girlfriend even, who we've talked about it, and none of them think I give off Leo. Like I was
You
almost like a
don't.
mistaken
You're
Leo,
not like narcissistic leaning
right?
enough to be a Leo.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like
So that's a good
you
thing.
care too much.
Yeah, you're a good listener.
So yeah, so I don't
That's
know what
good.
I think I don't know what the other signs are. I know there's I have them somewhere in here, but you can continue though. I don't want to like hijack your conversation here.
So yeah, your question, I'm just like not a urban girl. So I was like
Right.
expecting to really love Barcelona the best because it's like a water place, or Mallorca is literally an island. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna like one of those the
Yeah.
best. Actually, I really preferred Madrid, which
I've
is
heard good things.
basically like the capital, the New York of
Yeah.
Spain. It was just like super vibrant. It was so beautiful for an urban center. I like every day walked out of our apartment, was just like blown away, absolutely
Oh man.
floored by what I was seeing around me. I was like, how is this city just like so clean, so well preserved? Just like the architecture was unreal. And also just like honestly, the amenities there were unreal too. I was like just felt like there was so much to see and do that was both historically relevant, but also like the modern comforts were really there too.
Nice.
And just like for a big city, the people were so friendly. And yeah, like I said, the word vibrant is just like a good, you go out like any time of day and even late, like people are chilling and ready to
That's so cool.
talk and ready to have fun. So I really liked Madrid, 100% would return.
That's so cool. That's awesome to hear. And I've seen like you see of course pictures and whatever. And you're like this is it looks beautiful.
It's amazing.
Can't wait to visit it one day. By the way, I just looked it up. I am a Cancer Moon and Gemini Rising. So it's Leo, Cancer Moon, Gemini Rising.
This is quite a combination.
I
So the
so I've heard.
Cancer might be where you're getting some of your like more sensitive
Okay.
and like good listener and considerate
Okay.
energy, maybe. The Gemini Leo combo is a lot. It's a lot.
It's funny because all I know because I know nothing about this besides the fact that I'm always interested to hear it from people who are interested in it. I'm not like one of those people who's like, oh God, Australia's like, hey, I'm like if anything makes people happy, like right, like that's all that matters. And
It's
like
crazy because I always say I'm not one of those girls that's like into astrology, and I'm listening to myself talk right now, and I'm like, I kind of know. Why do I know so much about this?
all I know is like a lot of the people I talk to, they're like, okay, we know a lot of Leos, and you're not like a Leo. And now, Kara, her husband, or sorry, her boyfriend, fiance, went through all of them. Right, her fiance, Jack. We love Jack. Jack is a Leo as well, and then when Ashley was co-hosting the show, her and Kara are the same signs as well. So we thought, oh well, my God, like this is like there's like a bunch of Leos, and then yeah. So I'm trying to remember what theirs is. They're mid September, late September. What is that?
A lot of competition in the room.
Um, what is?
Multiple Leos.
Yeah, exactly. What is the what is September?
See, I don't know stuff this well
Okay,
to
well then I
know.
feel better at
Only
least as like
people that I've like dated
got
and
it.
maybe are really close friends with. I'm trying to think of September
Like let's
birthdays
go
of
like
people that I know.
September. I think it's the like September 20th ish. Like what would it be like 20th Zodiac?
November,
I'll
Sag,
I'll know it if I
like
see it.
January is Capricorn. I
Right.
have like several really good Capricorn
My
friends.
mom and dad are both Pisces.
Okay, wow.
My brother is an Aquarius. Virgos, they're
Two
both
Pisces
Virgos.
parents? I'm so sorry.
Well, they're not together anymore.
Well,
No,
it's two. It's a
sorry,
very
mom.
emotional combination.
um, my brother's an Aquarius.
Okay. I have no
But
experience with them at all.
Kara and Ashley, both Virgos. I just looked it up, Virgos.
No
Um,
experience with them either.
okay, yeah, and then my girlfriend's an Aquarius. So
Okay.
so lots of. I have to remember that's not a water sign. That's an air sign.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, so there you go, everybody. This has been the zodiac portion of the astrology portion of the show. Um, Next week we'll talk about our Chinese zodiacs. Um, and so okay, so Halloween, you were in Spain.
No, I
No,
just
you were
got
coming back
home.
from Spain. I'm
Just
sorry.
got
Yes,
home.
just
Days
got back.
later, Halloween happened.
So you just got so you've been back though in New York. So you went from
Mhm.
beautiful Madrid. I'm
Correct.
guessing pretty warm, and now as
It
we've
was
talked
amazing
about it,
weather. Yeah.
yeah, now as we've talked
Mhm.
about it, freezing cold in Rochester,
Yes.
and so now my next question regarding the vacation is how
Mm.
soon do you believe you're going back?
Why are you assuming that I'm going back?
Can I come with you know?
This is also gonna be something that I reveal later,
I mean,
maybe
I'm just,
subsequent
it's not
episodes.
like I'm suggesting. I just, I kind of want to be a
Mhm.
fly in the wall. Well, not on all the walls, but I do want to be, just kind of,
Yeah, you and everybody else in my life really
Okay.
wants to be a
I
fly
mean,
on the wall with this situation. So yeah,
yeah,
we're not gonna reveal
okay,
everything
good.
episode one,
That's
but you
fair.
can.
Good. That's good.
Uh-huh.
See, you're a
I'm
pro.
giving you permission to follow up on this
Follow
though.
up. Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah, write it down.
noted. You know what? That's a great segue. Are you ready to play the first game of this new season of this Element Magazine
We're
podcast?
playing games. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
this game
I
is.
am really bad at some games and really good at some games, so we're gonna see what it's like
It's
here.
pretty straightforward. It's called "Is this an emo song title or did Brandon make it up?"
Oh, good. I love this. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how familiar are you with the emo genre, Patricia?
Oh, I'm familiar.
Oh
I'm
no,
familiar
so this might be easy for you.
because I am, like I said, I'm a millennial. So,
Right.
yeah, we were all there for this.
Yeah. Okay, so this might be easy for you.
Okay,
I
let's
was
see.
hoping this would be harder. Okay, so the first one is shh, golf is on. Did I make it up?
I'm a yapper. So let me just preface this by saying
Yes.
I want to say that this is made up because I don't know this, but it's like almost so ridiculous that I'm just gonna say it's real.
It is real. God, I thought I
Okay.
got you. Yeah, that's real. That is Hot Mulligan. Shh, golf is on. Great song, by the way. Okay, next one. I was wearing a condom. Holes in this story in parentheses. Holes in the story in parentheses.
Real.
That's actually I made that up.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a
I feel like you should know this
I'm
one.
thinking about Fallout Boy and how they
Yeah.
say lyrics, and I'm like, this is a Fallout Boy song.
Well, then you should know this one. Champagne for my real friends, real pain for my sham friends.
Okay, real.
Yeah, it's real. I gave that away, I guess.
Yeah, you did.
That's Fall Out Boy. Mark Knopfler, I hardly know her.
Fake.
You're right, that's fake. Hey Maury Povich, who's your daddy?
Fake.
That's also fake. Damn, you're good at this. I love you more than I hate my period.
Real.
It's real by Say Anything. I thought that one might get you.
Okay. And I was a big Say Anything fan too, and I don't know that song,
I
admittedly.
feel like
So,
so I'm a big Say Anything fan, but I also feel like I'm a little bit of like a fake Say Anything fan because not a fake, but just because literally the song or the album that I listened to the most was Say Anything is a Real Boy, and I feel like that's where everybody's like, oh well, yeah, that's everybody's the one that everybody knows.
same.
Yeah,
Same. But
I
like
could
as a musician, I'm like, what's a fake fan versus a real fan? If
gatekeepers.
it's like, 15,000 hours on one album, I would say they're a pretty big fan compared to
Yeah,
someone who's listened to every song once,
I
you
could
know?
sing that album pretty much front to back. Love that album. So yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
It's a classic.
that fascist fuck Scrooge McDuck.
I'm kind of stumped on this.
Okay,
Real?
that is fake. I finally
Okay.
got you on one. Her words ruined my planet.
Real.
That's real. That was Motion City soundtrack. To the window, to the ground. Goodbye, cruel world. In
Wrong.
parentheses, correctly.
Fake. Fake.
That's fake. um, Cock Party 2 better than the first.
Real.
That is real by Hot Mulligan.
Mm.
I think you won that. That was, you got two wrong out of 10.
All
Congratulations.
right, 80%.
80%. I
Killing
think you win a
it.
prize. If this was on Billy on the Street, I think you'd win like a nice little prize. Have you ever watched Billy on the Street?
No,
Oh, you should watch that. It's great. Great show. Billy Eichner. He just like on New
I don't
York
have a
City.
TV, so sometimes I don't watch things.
You can put it on your computer, I think, yeah. And just be like, just
Yeah, it's crazy.
look up Billy in the
Technology is
Street.
crazy.
Look up Billy on the Street when he asks a woman for $1, name a woman, and she
Mm,
cannot name a woman. It's
okay.
hilarious. Yeah, the whole Billy on the Street is hilarious. So yeah, that was is this we'll probably bring it back at some point. Is this a real song or is this a real emo title or did Brandon make it up?
Yeah,
Um I
I
made
like
up
it.
the other ones. It's time to talk about new releases, Patricia.
Mm.
I see you put Joji in here as a question mark, and I wonder if that's did he is he releasing a new one?
He's releasing music right now. Have you heard
It's
any of it?
yeah, I have, but it's crazy to me that when you go back to our last show, which is with Ashley, it was Rosalia and Joji releasing new music, and here we
Well, there
are.
you go. 2 years. That's a cycle.
It
And
is a
both of
cycle.
these, I think both of these albums, well, I already know Rosalia. The album is like a masterpiece. So
It
yeah,
is
that
something
it makes
else.
sense. It
My
took
God.
2 years. And I think like the Joji album is like 21. It's gonna be 21 tracks. That's 2 years easily.
Holy cow.
And I mean, it's called Piss in the Wind. So
Yes, that's right. It is. Yes.
I have high hopes for this record based on the first three songs that I've heard, and the title. So
Yeah, the tie and I think I want to say like I'm the album that I'm most familiar with Joji. I think is Smithereens,
yeah,
and
beautiful.
yeah, great album. I mean, it's crazy to think that he was the guy who did "Shut the Fuck Up, You're a Stupid Cunt."
Mm,
That was the song that he did, and here he is
I
now,
know
like a really good singer. Who would have fucking thought? Like, my God,
his voice is. I've said this to friends too. I just feel like his voice is really one of a kind. Like as a singer, very recognizable tone
yeah, absolutely.
quality, unforgettable, and just I don't know. I feel like a lot of really amazing musicians are also really funny people in my experience. So
Hmm.
I think it makes sense. And like, I do think he injects a lot of irony into his project, which I really appreciate too. But I mean, it's gut wrenching at the same time.
Yep.
Gut wrenching material.
No, it
So
is. It really is.
he has a
I was
knack
so
for
shocked
that.
because I'd seen because that's his other name when he was doing the funny stuff, Filthy Frank, and I had no idea. I got to be honest with you. When I started hearing Joji music, I was like, and my brother was like, "That's the guy who does Filthy Frank." I'm like, "No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not Filthy Frank. What are you talking about?" But yeah, so I haven't, of course, I haven't heard anything because that comes out next week.
No, I don't think it comes out until February.
Oh, so we're still a few months out. Okay, so yeah, so that
Yeah,
one's I know, but he's been
I think
releasing like
February
music all the way up.
6th, which
Okay,
I'm excited about.
but he
And
has been releasing a decent amount of previews.
he's got
Yeah,
three
3 out. Yeah.
three tracks right now,
Okay.
and they're all also just like somebody bring me the noose. They're all heart-wrenching.
Absolutely.
Sorry to
Um,
make a suicide joke right
no, no,
now.
no. You're.
It's
I mean,
early in my co-hosting
if we've,
career.
if I mean, if you've been there, you can talk about it. I don't know about you, but but anyway. But Rosalia, her new album Lux. By the way, this is the crazy part. She sings in Spanish, Catalan,
Yeah.
Arabic, Japanese, French, Portuguese, Italian, Ukrainian, and German, among others. By the way, I don't know what the others are.
Yeah,
Um,
she's a fucking animal. She's literally an
Incredible.
animal.
Yeah, no,
I
we're talking about somebody who, like, in the past has she's done reggaeton, she's done that style of music, and then this is like something out of like some sort of like futuristic church.
Yeah, this is
Um,
like
what the?
just
It's
such an
crazy.
artistic undertaking.
Yeah,
I know it's like kind of uh what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe just like redundant because like everybody is kind of talking about how this is just like such a moment for
yeah,
her. Um, but I do think it's important for the listeners who are maybe not familiar with her or are living under a literal rock and haven't heard about this album. And as a non-Spanish speaker, also, I just have been amazed really with the English translation of the lyrics and having just like been there recently too. I'm just like, this album lyrically is like teaching me something as a lyricist because like
right.
it's so like the analogies that she's using, it's just like so emotionally intense and so romantic. It's a good reminder for like an American songwriter, I think, to really and to really be extra, I guess. And like
Yep.
the album being called Lux like makes so much sense too because it's just it's so extra. Everything is so extra and again like as an artist who is Spanish, I think like it's giving American artists permission to really just like be more emotional, I think, in a time when a lot of music can feel like a little bit surface level right
Yeah,
now
no,
or
absolutely.
a little bit
Well,
recycled right now too. So that's exciting to me. It's like a riveting experience watching this unfold.
well, I mean, that's the thing, right? We see a lot of, and this is no, I'm not trying to sit here and like bad talking because there's so much music out there that I love, and so I'm not trying to just like be like, oh, there's no originality anymore, or whatever. But let's be honest, because of, and I think we've actually talked about this even before on the show, but because of social media, there's good sides to it and bad sides of it, and because music has become such a part of stuff like TikTok and like Instagram, where music trends people are trying to create music that fits into trends because that's another
Right.
route of monetization. And so when somebody gets to the
Absolutely.
point of Rosalia, when for what she's done on this, it's out of this world. Like I mean, this is first of all her
Right.
voice. Again, we talked about Joji. Here we go again. Like the voice is
Right.
unmistakable. You cannot not know that it's Rosalia when you hear.
No, no,
Her.
no. It's like undeniable. Her voice is undeniably unique and special, 100%. And
Yeah,
like that's what I hate about also just hmm, the temptation for artists now to making music that is like trendable is really tough. It's pressure, I think, and I think I will never fall prey to that. It's just like not something that I'm ever gonna do, even if that contributes to me not being as successful. I just don't want to do that. Even though a lot of our music is kitschy and funny
it's
and
not though. Cops is
probably
original because we you know when you've been on the show as a guest before, like I've mentioned that, and I don't just say it to blow smoke up anybody's ass. Like literally, Cops is original. Like you
thank
guys
you.
do not. Well, I know it's mostly solo, but like there is not a track that comes out of Cops that does not have a Cops spin on it. It's not. There's no like, oh yeah, we did this because this sounds like this song coming out right now. So
Thank you.
yeah,
I am always trying to like work my way back to my own authenticity because there is like just so much noise with how to be a successful artist right now. And like, I think like Rosalia, the album is a really good example of just like if you make really good music, people will respond. And like, even in the world of like micro trends and like
yep,
online moments, like I've been seeing memes all over the place of like the singles and I and people are finding a way even
yeah.
though it's so
That's a
musically
good point
complex
too.
they're still finding a
Yeah.
way to fit it in because it's just undeniably good and I think that's what I'm focused on as an artist like just put out your best work make it authentic and if people resonate with it, then it will fit into
Yep.
the trend culture, hopefully. I'm not going to say that we never participate and try
Well,
to
everybody
kind
has
of jump on trends like
right.
we do. And I think there's always pressure to do
Yep.
more of that. But like
Everybody gets
ultimately, I'm
inspired.
just trying to put out consistently high quality work and not fall into like the kind of box of like, let's make this song that has 20 seconds in it that sounds like it could be
Right.
in a TikTok. Like I'm never going to be in a writing session really thinking
Yeah.
about that. And I think again to tie it back to the great music that's coming out right now, I don't think you necessarily need to do that. And I think, I guess for me, if I'm ever going to put out a song that maybe isn't as cops, I'm at least going to try to make the visuals that go along with it authentic to
Yeah.
the project for sure.
No, you
So
guys have always been to me. You guys have always been authentic. Of course, everybody gets
thank
inspired
you.
by stuff, but you've always been authentic. So, always going to be a fan here as well. But yeah, the album is incredible. It's also keeping. I think like the ability to keep listeners on the edge of their seat a bit because you're keep them on their toes, I guess. Because
Absolutely.
I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I do know Spanish, and I definitely can read it and that kind of thing. And
I didn't know that.
so for me, like listening to something where she's got completely like I was shocked because I'm like, this is not Spanish.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
I'm like used to listening to her. I listen to a lot of Carol G, a lot of Becky G, and a
Hmm.
lot of Bad Bunny. And I'm listening to Lux. I'm like thinking, okay, here we go. We're gonna, and I'm like, what? That is not
You're like,
Spanish.
is that Spanish? Like,
What is
is
she saying? There's a song on there, Mio Cristo, Piange Diamanti, which is
it?
a also, by the way, just that song in general. That one I solo just because of the instrumentals along with
Hmm.
that song is incredible.
Yeah.
I feel like there's Grammys just coming flooding in.
Oh yeah. Well,
Gotta be.
the global charts for like 2 days ago, every single song on the global top 10 was from the album. So I expect that it's going to be quite a season
Oh
for her.
yeah. I listen to
I
Motomami a lot, and it's amazing how great that album was and how
Yeah.
big of a jump, how big of a change. But she's got that voice that is so unique that it doesn't feel like she's departing so far from what she is either. Like it's this big jump from Motomami, but yet
Yeah.
it's still so uniquely her.
I mean, it's evolution
Yep.
at its best, I think. A 10 out of 10
Yep.
evolution move and not, like you said, such a departure that the audience is totally lost. I think from, again, like just even from the moment I heard the first single, I was like, okay, this is going to challenge the audience.
Mm,
And then, like, to see her doing interviews, literally saying, I want to challenge the audience
yeah.
is just, uh, yeah, it's something that I respect a lot
Yeah.
and
Me
I
too.
am drawing inspiration from hugely. But like,
We're
yeah,
gonna
I
have
think
to, by the way, too. Like in the not to cut you out there, we're gonna have to like in the show next month. We're gonna talk about like our favorite stuff of 2025, our favorite
for
music, and
sure,
like
for
gonna be
sure.
a
Yeah.
lot of stuff to
I'm
talk about.
still digesting. I was
I
talking
know.
to a good friend of mine about this, and I'm like, this is the kind of album that I'm comparing to like, um, well, I'm trying to think of a different example. I'll just use the example that I use with the person. The first time I heard Blonde by Frank Ocean, I felt
Uh-huh.
like I really needed to listen through that album a few times to
Yeah.
really like fully absorb. And I think like this on an even greater scale, I'm like, I need to really like sit down with this album and digest it front to back, probably 4 or 5 times before I'm really going to be able to
Well,
process
it's and you know
what's going on here.
totally get it. That's a great one to bring up. It does kind of evoke that sort of similar feeling of listening
Yeah.
to an album. But I mean, I like what we're seeing from also foreign, or from non-English speaking albums
Yeah.
or from an artist who also decided that they're not, I mean, think about, for instance, I brought up Becky G earlier, right? And you think
Mhm.
about what she, singing in the shower, which was like that's a full English. Now, obviously, Becky G, her first language is English, and Spanish
Mhm.
is a learned language for her. But now she has gone back to her roots with her latest two albums. She actually has a documentary coming out as well in December. And when I first listened to those albums, you're expecting something,
Mhm.
and then you hear this, it has this more traditional Mexican feel, and I have grown to love those albums so much more than her previous work that
Yeah.
it's just it is there's something to be said for artists connecting and doing something they really truly want to do. And I know that it was a passion project for her. Even when you look at Bad Bunny's latest album, Debbie Mas Photos. I mean, Nueva Yol is something else. That whole album is something else, and so I've listened to that one so many, so many times.
I just love
Um,
him.
and yeah, so I mean, like, there's something to be said for connection. I think that that's what you're seeing with Rosalia, what you're seeing with what you saw with Becky G and
Mhm.
Bad Bunny, and yeah, so exciting stuff. Good music. How have you listened to? I know that's there's a lot of new music that came out just this week. If
Mhm.
you haven't, it's okay. I can talk about because I've listened to all of it. But one of
Florence I've listened to.
well,
Florence
okay,
I've
well,
listened
let's go to
to.
that one next then.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I'm still
another
digesting. I'm a big
right. Like
fan.
my
I'm a big
God.
fan. And I think, oh my God, like she's just like,
And we
God.
know like what this album is essentially about, and anybody who wants to know more, definitely go. I invite you all to do your own research and look up what led her to the material of this album.
I have
Um,
so much to say about her because she is like so authentic as an
oh yeah,
artist too. And I think like
yep.
she just really knows how to bring her pain to the forefront of the work in a way that's like really skillful. Um,
First
yeah.
time I
So
heard Buckle on this album, my heart literally was like, like
yeah, I
my
I
God.
she like just when you think she can't get any deeper into her emotions, like she does.
Oh God,
She
yes.
manages to do it. And I
It,
am just like, it's very, again, like it's very inspiring to me in this season
yeah.
of my life where I'm like thinking about to going back to like, my first album was called Fuck Jams, but it actually was like a pretty emotionally intense
Yeah.
period for me. And there is a lot of like darker themes on that.
That's the emo side of you, Patricia. Is
Yeah,
that like
yeah,
you name an album of something that sounds fun and exciting, and
yeah.
it's just gets yeah masks the the yeah.
This Florence album though, I'm like, this is again inspiring me to really like pull it out. Even if
Oh
it's a
yeah.
dance record that I'm gonna make, I
Yep.
want to pull it out in this way because uh I think that we just like need it right now, and these artists are like delivering suddenly all at once.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, "Music by Men," by the way, is another great song off that album for anybody who. But listen to the whole thing. But like for anybody who's looking for standouts, "You Can Have It All" is obviously something you think you're going to hear probably on the radio because it does
Mhm.
feel very single. I think her latest
Yeah,
single is "Sympathy Magic," which is a phenomenal song.
yeah.
I think that is her new single, if I'm not right.
Mhm.
But yeah, the whole album is just like you said, it's emotionally just deep. I don't want to say it goes to the points of uncomfortable because if that were the case, like I feel like we're talking about like uncomfortable movies. You watch them once and you feel something. I've wanted to listen to this album so many times because of it. So it's not that, but it is does put you in a place where you are feeling the fucking feels.
For sure, for sure. And like what is uncomfortable too, like when we are
Yeah.
thinking of I mean it's all relative
Yep.
obviously for your experience and I
Yeah.
think you can get something out of it even if you're a person who struggles to really dig in to the depths
Yeah.
of your soul in that way. It can be like a way to sort of experience that through someone else instead, which feels safe. Or if you are a person that's in the depths of despair, you can really indulge.
Well, keeping with the same sort of thing about connecting with root with with roots and such. Portugal the Man just released their new album. They've been very prolific lately. Last year, they had a song that was dedicated to a band member who passed away. Theirs, and this year they have Sheesh, which is for those of you who don't know, I believe the majority of them live in Portland, Oregon now, but I think a few of them too also have some Washingtonian roots. But this is about their Alaskan roots where they came from, and it's got
Mm,
they're very politically minded. They always have been. This one has a lot of environmental overtones to
mhm.
it. And but definitely and definitely comes back to I know they drew some inspiration from the indigenous people of Alaska as well on this album, and it's something else. It's very unique, or it's very much Portugal the Man, but it's also got some more harder tracks on there than you're used to hearing from them. A little bit of just a little bit harder rock, a little more screaming. Yeah, because it's not something that you usually hear from them, and probably their most, in my opinion, like uh stripped down album since their early work. And but yeah,
I haven't listened to this, and you're inspiring me to because I've always felt they've been really like high quality for the current rock or indie rock scene, which I think has been having a
it can have
hard
it's
decade here, but they have always been really solid. So I will look forward to checking out this
it's a
album.
great album. It really is. I've enjoyed it quite a bit, and a lot of the names of the songs are hard to pronounce. I'll say that because I think a lot of them do have indigenous background, and I don't want to mess them up. But definitely give Sheesh a listen. It is no, give it
Love
a
that
lot.
title.
Really
Great.
really good. Yeah, it's actually a little town I believe near where they grew up. Called
Okay.
actually a fishing
Okay.
town if I'm right. So.
I thought it
Um,
was like Sheesh,
it sounds like it,
sheesh,
right?
which
Um,
is right up my alley. But what you just said
SHISH.
is more meaningful.
Yeah. And then Lights, who's been this goes back to like the magazine days of Lemonade, but we have always been a big fan of Lights here. I've had the pleasure of interviewing her
Mm.
twice.
Mhm.
And just a great person, and she just released A6. For those of you who listen to Lights, I remember that her last album, I thought was kind of like a summer version. I called it of her album Siberia. It was like it reminded me of like a summer version of that one because Siberia always feels winter. I know that albums people will be like that's weird, but to me there are winter albums, there are summer albums.
For sure.
But A6 reminds me of Little Machines by Lights, but a little bit more with more depression added to this one. I know she's gone through some mental health struggles, losing people who are close to her, and that sort of thing. And so it has a little bit more of those overtones to it. But definitely has some sounds that sound a little more like Little Machines. But another great album from Lights. I don't think she's had like she hasn't missed since gosh going back to the Listening, which was her first album. When she was but a wee like late teenager, early 20s. So,
Mhm.
crazy to think about. Yeah, how far she's come as well. My God, because that would have been 15 years ago, I think, 14 years ago
Wow.
when I interviewed her at El
Mhm.
Corazon in Seattle. She and then went and watched her show. That was right after Siberia came out. And that was one show where I thought I might die because they packed it so fucking tight. And I thought I'm
Love
going to
that.
potentially get sardined into a wall, and they're just gonna find me tomorrow.
Dehydration
Yeah,
alert.
great show. It's a great show. And then finally, Tara Jr. They have a new album. The weird part for me because they've been kind of I would consider them indie. They're indie like dance inspired pop rock whatever you want to call it. Weird to me that I don't want to like say that it's a because I'm not again you've said we're going into 2026 with less so I'm not hating. But I was shocked to have I didn't realize it was Kylie Jenner. King Kylie is on the album with him like her first song and it's on Tara Jr. album. I just thought it was weird because I guess because like maybe I'm being a bit of a gatekeeper here. I apologize. But
Well,
like
if you have ever heard her singing debut, where she's like singing to her baby in the morning,
uh-huh. I haven't.
very, very funny. You should check that out. It
Okay.
was like a big internet
I was
moment.
looking up her
She's
music
like,
and like they had like
rise
Rise
and
and Shine.
shine,
Oh,
rise
that's what
and
it is?
shine.
That's the only other song that comes up. Literally, if you look up King Kylie music, 'cause I'm like, is this Kylie Jenner? And it comes up with
Yeah, she
Rise and
just says,
Shine.
rise and shine.
And then it has Fourth Strike, which is the song with Tara Jr. Now, mind you, Tara Jr., I was my friend down in Whittier, California. Shout out. I doubt she's listening to the show, but maybe she is. And if she, now maybe I offended her. My friend Ari down in Whittier, California, she turned me on to Tara Jr., and I was a huge fan of their song, or excuse me, their album, Unfortunately, Tara Jr. Love the name of that album, by the way. And it was just like I felt a little bit of like, oh no. Kylie Jenner's on this album. What's
Yeah,
happened?
what
I
a
know.
feature.
I mean, and it was like her
Crazy.
first, like that's like her day, her like besides Rise and Shine. Like you just, by the way, love your version. And
Close to hers.
but this is like her first foray into like actually being recorded and a song that
Mhm.
now like has a music video for it. I feel really weird about it. Like it's just like I just want to go back to Unfortunately Tara Jr. and only listen to that album, which by the way has the amazing song Christy Yamaguchi on it, which for those of you
Mhm.
millennials who grew up watching figure skating with your family,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Chris oh heck yeah, Christy
Yeah.
Yamaguchi. Um
But you know who my favorite is?
favorite figure skater? Okay,
Can you
wait. Let
guess?
me take a guess. Favorite figure skater. Is she
Yeah.
American? You're not gonna tell me?
Hmm.
Oh, she is American. American
She's
figure skater.
blonde.
Blonde. Oh God, we're talking about Tanya Harding. Wait, is it Tanya
Fuck
Harding?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's Tanya Harding.
from Portland,
That
Oregon.
crazy bitch. How can she not be my
I
favorite?
mean, fair. She was
She was an underdog, okay?
she was
Like
an underdog. That's
she had
true.
a hard upbringing. The fact that she
Yes,
made it
true.
that far in figure skating, first of all, is
Uh-huh.
uncanny.
It
I'm
is. Watch I, Tanya, everybody.
flabbergasted
Yep.
by Tanya Harding, and I think that we don't talk about how it was her boyfriend's fault enough. I think.
Yeah. I hear you. Watch I, Tanya, by the way, everybody.
Yeah.
Speaking, do you if they ever did a Tanya Harding musical, would you be willing to play Nancy Kerrigan?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I would want to play Tanya
Oh,
if
you
I
want
was
to play
going
the?
to
Well, I'm
play
just
someone.
going with the hair color, but I guess you could get
Thank
the.
you. Nancy was really hot. I
Uh,
appreciate that thought, but my internal self, I think, is more
there's
Tanya.
more Tanya. You want taking out some knees.
No, no, no. I'm not for violence, but just like everything
Yeah,
else, she
yeah, yeah.
was
No, I know.
basically doing for the
Yeah.
plot, and I really identify with
No,
that.
it is one of the, you're right though too. It's one of the most insane stories to
It
think
is.
about
It's
because
insane.
she started out in a trailer park with her
Yeah.
mother and in Oregon. She's from like the Portland
Yeah.
area.
Figure skating
And
is so elite. Like it is.
oh
It's
yes.
such an elitist.
Yeah.
Like it's such a gatekeepy elitist
Uh-huh.
world. And I can't like I feel like it was divine intervention, her story. I'm like, how did this even happen to this
Yeah.
person? Like it's crazy.
It was what I mean, literally as a kid, one of the most I remember watching. We only had. I did not grow up in Canada, but we grew up close enough to Canada that we only had Canadian channels. And I used to watch this sports show every night before bed, where they would talk about. And I remember my mom just being like glued to the set about what was happening with Tanya Harding and
Yeah.
Nancy Kerrigan. It was that was the real a better time when we when we
Yeah. I didn't grow up in a figure skating household,
uh-huh.
unfortunately for me. I was
Yeah.
with my grandparents and they were maybe too old to be locked into this scene
Okay.
always,
Yeah.
but um, just hearing it through the grapevine and learning more about it as an adult, my mind is, I'm endlessly fascinated by
I can
this.
name you. It's crazy how many figure skaters from the early to mid '90s I could name you right now. It's something
Yeah,
else.
the Canadian
Useless.
channels, I'm sure.
Yeah,
No, look at this. We're making use of this information right
fair
now.
enough. Yeah.
This is gold.
We had we literally used to have hockey, Canadian Football League. So I grew up thinking the BC Lions and the Calgary Stampeders were like the best at football. And then we had figure skating and figure skating and then we had show jumping, horse jumping. That was literally yeah.
No clue about that either. I'm not a horse girl for
We
the
did have I mean we did have
audience members who are wondering.
what if you're not a what would you consider what were you growing up?
I was a string cheese girl.
Okay, that's I
I
string
was a
cheese a
pizza
lot
pasta
less
girl.
dangerous.
Wait, do you mean in terms of sports?
No, not sports. No, I'm not. No, no. Trust me.
Culturally, I was
I
a
know.
pizza pasta girl. Mingya. What else?
String cheese girl and
Um,
pasta girl is a lot less dangerous than a horse.
I was a cheerleader,
Oh, okay.
I was a cheerleader for
Wait, so
sure.
so you were a cheerleader.
100%. I was a
So you were at the
cheerleader,
games.
but my like school for
Mhm.
cheerleading was absolutely we were like I was part of like a crazy cheerleading school. Like the culture
Okay.
at the school was like we're doing like national competitions. Everybody tumbles. There's like we had like a professional choreographer was our coach at one point. Like it was just like to the maximum.
Holy hell.
Um, and it really came in handy in my adult life for cops because, as you know, we do choreography on stage. It's a very important part of my identity now.
I
So
was gonna say I don't know how we've never met in person, so I don't know how tall you are, but you and forgive me
very
if I'm
short.
wrong. Okay, I was gonna say you coming from another very short person.
Yeah.
I feel like
I give short energy.
I feel like yeah.
Do wait, do I give Napoleon complex
No, no,
energy?
no, not that at all. No, just
I think I do sometimes. It's okay.
I don't think that. No, I mean, because like I think people would when they now it's funny. I don't know if I do give off short energy because I've been told when I'm in person, people are like, I expect you to be
No,
taller. I'm not tall at
no.
all.
Oh, how tall are you?
5'6".
Okay. All right. I'm
Yeah.
5'1" and a
Yeah.
half.
So
5'1"
you're
and a half.
essentially the same, like compared to the average as I am to a guy.
Yes.
You're, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's Patheticville down here for sure. Um,
It's not pathetic, Bill. You have less to worry about gravity. Um,
I would kill something maybe for like to be like 5'5", I would
I
say.
get that. I get that. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the fact that I don't have knee issues and stuff is like, oh, maybe I don't want to be 6 foot. But
Yeah.
my girlfriend's taller than me. I was like, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
She can get the stuff for me on the top shelves.
there's nothing wrong with a short king with like a strong face card. That is important.
Well, that's
And
not me either. So
I think like, well, there's an ass for every chair, okay?
yeah,
And also just thinking in terms of like how we've glorified ugly tall men for too long.
good point.
I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I'm sick and I'm tired of this.
Right here
I'm
with
sick
you.
and tired of it
Yep.
because sometimes you and not to be petty, but you give a guy a chance who is tall and not good looking, and sometimes they end up just being even shittier. So, ladies, let's give our short kings a chance.
I mean, I'm not biased, but I'm saying just yeah. I mean, like, well, but and also, uh, hey, whoever you love, whatever you love, but just be good to yourselves and be good
Be
to each
good
other.
to yourselves
Yeah.
and choose wisely out
Don't
there.
always worry about wearing heels. Most of us don't care. We don't really care. About like how tall. I don't give a like my she'll ask me she'll be like, is it okay if I wear? I'm like, yeah, of course. I don't care if you're taller than me.
I think
Um,
men just like women in general. I think like there isn't a lot of I don't know. Maybe
that-
I'm biased. I'm being biased in many ways right now. Hope you don't mind pushing the envelope a little bit here,
No.
but sometimes when you look at what's out there in terms of like things men are having sex with, and I'm just like, really anything goes out here, right? Really? Right?
So let's talk about Spain again, Patricia.
Okay.
um, what
I
what
have nothing to say in terms of
height
that in Spain.
height
There's a lot of
looks?
shorter people there, but I
Well,
did
yeah.
see a lot.
The back
I saw a lot
my
of like
genetics.
tall women there too. I was kind of surprised. I was like,
It's
oh, there's more tall women here than I thought there would be.
I look at the average height of the countries in my background and I go, I would be so much. I'd be very happy over there. I feel like, I could be like, oh, you're like me. But no, but are we talking short, tall, this this or are we circling back yet, or is that for a future show?
Or we can circle back some other time.
Okay. I'm guessing good face because you said the good face is important. So we can assume this person has a good
I'll
face.
say this, a strong face card in my book is worth millions.
Strong face. So
So
this person has a strong face card, folks.
mm.
Mark that down as we start to on your like clue list. Strong
If
face
this
card.
person watches
Speak
this,
Spanish.
I'm gonna die.
Oh God.
It could, it's a possibility.
I think that's it for the new releases. We went down on a different, which is that's often that's how this show goes. We go on down little branches.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, uh, I'm sorry to pause us here.
No, you're fine.
I didn't realize what time it is though,
Oh yeah.
because we have been talking for a while now,
Yeah.
and I am going to something in like 10 minutes
10 minutes.
here.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. So then
So
let's fast forward.
I'm sorry. Is this like fucking things up right now?
Not at all. You're
I
totally
guess I
fine. We've
didn't
had
ask about how long we would take, but we've really been talking here.
we have. I actually didn't even know time, so we're good. Yeah, no, we have plenty of stuff. So we will fast forward then right now, and I'll edit this part out. Let's talk about then. Let's finish it off with shows we've been to this year. I think we can do that in
Okay,
10 minutes. Yeah. So okay, so we'll let's stop for just like 5 seconds so I know I can have a
sure.
spot. Okay. Okay, so like I said, as often we do, we go down our branches here on the show, but it is leading us to before we go today, because I know we're gonna have a lot more to talk about next episode about favorites of the year with albums and songs and artists and whatever. But I have been fortunate enough to see a lot of great shows this year, Patricia. Not Cops because you haven't come to Seattle this year. But what shows have you been to? What was your favorite? I have this feeling Spain might be involved.
This is crazy because I really haven't been to any shows besides my own this
I
year,
mean, but that's
which is
see that's it's an
very,
unfair question for me in all fairness.
it's sad, but like we opened for, I don't know how, but they found me, and
Mm-hmm.
that was a very good show. I was like, I had never seen them, even though they're good friends with Joywave, who we're good friends with.
Wait, who do you open for?
And I don't know how, but they found me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. So we opened for them.
I couldn't tell if it was the band or you were just saying I don't know how, but they found me, and so I
No,
was just
it
making
was the
sure.
band. And I was very surprised at like how
Yeah,
theatrical the show was.
yeah,
And like I don't think they're not gay, but the show was so gay. And I
yeah.
was like, this is like the gayest indie rock band show that I've seen. I
Nice.
loved it. And I did not hesitate to tell them that also.
It's
I
awesome.
loved it. I thought like it was a great fit for us too,
Cool.
just like playing with another band. But I did just see an artist that I'm not as familiar with, Dillum. I don't know if that's
Uh-huh.
how it's pronounced properly, but I saw that show at Plaza de España in Spain,
In
and
Spain.
I was pleasantly, yeah, in Madrid, and I was pleasantly surprised by like it was an outdoor show, which sound can be pretty bad at outdoor shows sometimes, especially that time of year where it's like foggy out at night and
Right.
there's like condensation and whatever.
And
I
if it's
thought the
not an
sound,
amphitheater.
right,
Yeah.
without coverage and all
Yeah.
that, like I thought the sound was really good, but the thing that I liked, I think the most is like the music is like rock rap, I guess I would describe it as, and I
Okay.
was just I was psyched to see this like rapper with a full instrumental band,
Nice.
and the musicians were really good. And I was like, this rips right now. And like the light show was really good. And
Probably
yeah,
not
I
quite
think,
as like hard as Scarlord, but a similar thing because he's got like
mhm.
a full band. He's like metal rap, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And he was like pretty theatrical too. It was cool.
nice.
So he was like dressed like Elvis.
Oh my
Not
God.
not exactly, but his outfit, I was like, this is like kind of an Elvis vibe. So I didn't know what to expect sonically.
I've
But
been
yeah,
to
it was cool.
I've been to so many shows. I know we've only got a few minutes left here. Saw Fantagram early in the year, which was
Amazing.
they were great. A short show, but they were great.
Mhm.
Um,
Love them.
saw I saw Tokamonsta. She had DJ set. Also was great.
Mhm.
But also My Chemical Romance in July. Of course, they had the Black Parade. They brought. By the way, if you haven't
Mhm.
seen that show in in person, it is something else. That is, if we're talking theatrical, my God,
Mhm.
it is crazy. But yeah, also saw my gosh, Incubus with my Manchester Orchestra. I'd already seen Manchester Orchestra before, but
That's crazy. Congrats on that.
Incubus
Wow.
was great. They played
Yeah.
Morning View in
With
full.
Manchester Orchestra sounds just like a musical
Oh yeah, because
explosion.
Manchester, oh God, and they played a lot of songs from Massive God, and they and also Everything to Nothing, which is crazy because that's like kind of when I started to hear about them. But I've already seen them before, and they were
Mhm.
phenomenal. They had a great opening for Incubus. Like I said, Incubus played Morning View full way through. It was awesome. Seeing Disclosure, which again seemed like a short show, but saw them.
Jealous
Yep,
again.
and who am I forget? Oh, Japanese Breakfast. Who
Jealous again.
I Oh my gosh,
Wow.
a Ginger Root opened for her. Second time I've seen her live.
Woo.
I fucking love Japanese Breakfast. Oh my God, like that
Yeah, she's
show. I
incredible.
That like pulled something out of me. That show. It was incredible. She's fucking her new album. Oh my God, for Melancholy Brunettes and Sad Women. Fuck, what a
I'm
great
gonna
album.
see more shows this year too. That's removing hate from my heart and
I
seeing more
see more
shows. You've
shows. There you
inspired
go.
me. You have inspired me. Yes.
Last show I went to was Kate Tronada open, or Kate Tronada and Justice. Justice being the millennial, if you're a millennial, knowing from they're a French band or French duo, DJs.
Hmm.
Justice melted my fucking face off
Hmm.
in Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, and they are like their light show. And then they're like the bass is so
Hmm.
heavy in their stuff, and it was but yeah, I think I have a soft spot in my heart for Japanese Breakfast this year, which
Hmm.
was just a hell of a
Good to
show.
know.
She's something else. I love
He
her,
is.
and it was great. So yeah, so that was my recap, and I actually still have a few I kind of want to go to at the end of this year, but we'll see.
You can do this.
I think I
It's gonna
can.
be
Yeah.
your year.
Well, let's hope so. Well, everybody, we are glad to be back making podcasts again, and so glad to have Patricia on her first show as a co-host. You were great, Patricia. I enjoyed this very much. Can't
Thanks.
wait for the next show where we're going
Yeah.
to talk more about our favorite stuff from 2025, and
Hell yeah.
also we're going to talk more about Spain. I'm gonna guess,
We'll
and
see.
we'll talk about, maybe some storylines, but
We'll see.
everybody, you can listen to us anywhere where you can find podcasts. And you can also, by the way, find clips of us on Instagram and TikTok. Links
Mhm.
are in the
Mhm.
description of this
And
show.
YouTube too.
YouTube as well. Yes, YouTube. And Patricia's going to be posting some stuff too,
Mm.
the stuff that I edit. So make sure that you tell your friends, tell your family, and tell everybody to listen to the Lemonade Magazine podcast. We will be back soon. Later.
Bye.
Okay, where do I stop this now? So I
Okay,
just
I
knew.
so I hate myself right now for this. My ride is literally here
You're
right
fine,
now.
Patricia.
So I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
No, you're
No
fine.
time management. My adult ADHD is crazy.
It's
So
totally.
sorry.
You do never have to apologize for that. We are all busy. Do not worry about it. Thank
That
you
was
so
really fun
much.
though.
It was
Thank
fun. I can't
you.
wait to do another one. Yes, it's going to be awesome. So